Ladies and gentlemen, aliens and humans, pet snakes and pico penguins, it is the one, the only, it is Friday. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Yeah. Friday, everybody. Yay. Whoopee. I'm so loud. I'm sorry. My voice is way too loud there. Yay. Sorry. I blew everyone's ears out for Friday. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, everyone. Welcome in. How you doing? Camera's a little close. Can we back it up? Cool. Thank you. A little bit more. A little just shift on over that way. There we go. Hey. Hi. Hey. Hi, everybody. Welcome in Twitch. Welcome in YouTube. Welcome in chat. Welcome in my favorites. I spilled tea all over my keyboard, so we had to delay the stream a little bit because I am a clumsy little fool. Luckily, the keyboard's okay, thank God. And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who supported us this week. It has really helped us push through and get this NAS situation figured out. I know the camera is still weird, but also I think maybe I've gotten some of the sound issues we've been having solved too. Can you guys hear the music right now, actually? This would be a great opportunity for me to see. I think I can hear the music a lot louder than you guys can. And so I need to change the balance of this mix. Bit quiet. Yeah, see if I push it up. Get up to like right here. Then I'm hearing it too loud. How y'all doing today? How's everybody been? There we go. Now I've got it turned down for me, but you guys should still be able to hear it pretty loud. How's it sounding for you? Good! Thank you, Astro Monkey. All right, so, folks, welcome in. We've got a day ahead of us, my friends. Alpha 4.1 is out, so we're going to check it out in game. But before we do that, we're actually going to look at the patch notes and the whole announcement and talk a little about what's actually coming to this update and maybe whether or not it's worth coming in for you if you're looking for a certain type of gameplay or a certain type of update. Some people want ships, some people want stability, some want new features, and some want just in general movement forward in their part of gameplay. So we're going to go through the patch notes here real quick and just kind of touch on the big things that are coming. You guys mostly know it. We've been through it a lot here on the channel, but this is for people who maybe don't get to too much. And then after this, we'll jump into the game. I want to go get some Volt weapons, but I heard that the Hatheror locations aren't really doing that well. So we'll bounce in there, see what there is. If we can do anything, that'll be cool. Either way, my main goal is to just get the org into the game today and start exploring a little bit. And we can start kind of planning out some of the events and activities and things we want to do in 4.1. By the way, if you are part of the org, we have an org-wide meeting coming up on Sunday. So if you want to hear a little bit more about the plans we have and the things we're going to be doing going forward, come on through to that. Louder bits are kind of drowning you out some. Thank you. I'll keep adjusting as we go. Some of these songs are very different in volume, so I'll just watch my levels over here and make sure they never go above negative 15. That right there is negative 20. Let's bump it. Bump it, bump it, bump it. There we go. That's negative 15. Crazy how much just 5 decibels does. Tycho, you applying today? Come join us, my friend. Can we talk about the golem only being 60? Well, yeah, that'll come up. That'll definitely come up. We're going to be talking about ships. In fact, why don't we just talk about the ships? Let's start with the ships. Let's get to the ships. So there are new ships coming in 4.1, but there are also ship changes, new ship weapons. They've made some changes to the way that turrets are working. Several ships now have their turrets slaved by default. This is something that a lot of solo players have been wanting more of. And while it is going to help you in certain situations with your ship, just keep in mind, it's also going to get harder to maintain that ship going forward too, in terms of power, in terms of defense, in terms of shields. Over time, it's not really going to matter if you could shoot more guns because there will still be guns shot at you. And if you're a large target like the Reclaimer, the Carrack, the Valkyrie, the Raft, or the Starlifter are, more guns is only going to help you for so long. So while this is a great change, I think it's more them being like, okay, we can give them some more power because they're going to be not able to utilize it as much soon anyways. On top of that, though, we did get some new vehicles, new ships. Why don't we check out the trailers for that? Because I haven't even seen the Golem one. What is this, a freaking Star Citizen? Oh my. Are you serious? To sell UEC? Good Lord. Hey, nobody fall for this, please. Do not buy UEC from some random people. It's not worth it. I can't. Wait, hold on. They're just straight up putting this actual they're putting the actual event or the sandbox activity into the trailer of the Golem. That's funny.
They say these worlds weren't built for us. So, they'll just watch you tear them down.
Dude, you'd be so screwed. I'm sorry, but this miner is dead. Somebody would absolutely want to nail this miner with a missile in this situation. It's just the way that people are.
They'll just watch you tear them down. And smile as we mine the damned rubble.
It's kind of funny because I was saying that they put combat in all their trailers, and this trailer is specifically about this person trying to avoid combat, but there's still combat in the trailer.
We start strong.
It's still the
and
flashy
fast.
bits.
Work for grit, not glory.
Ooh, nice landing, buddy.
So when the ground does shake,
Combat.
we live steady.
That's what they're trying to tell you. This is like Star Citizen. You'll never get away from the fighting. They'll always follow you.
Drake's a family, old as dirt. First to take you in, and will never leave you behind. They weren't wrong, by the way. These worlds aren't built for us. So we'll build our own. Drake Golem. For the workers.
Yeah, Crusader pilot can't maintain wildlife. Drake Golem. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Not the best Drake trailer, but not bad. And then we also got the Geo, but that didn't get a trailer actually. Let me just get the trailer for the update itself, and then we'll get into what features are coming in. Dude, how are you going to call that even an attempt at shooting somebody? Look at this. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, I hit nobody. Let me run. Oh, they just left that guy. He's just freaking... Dude, they fully left this guy. Like, this is not one of those honorable situations where they're trying to, like, this dude's not dead yet. And this spaceship is fully taking off and flying away. I think this is another person who... They just said, screw all the people who are on the ground. We're just taking the batteries and going. This guy's dead. How rude. It's very laser battle-y with the bolt gun and the ship weapons. He just sits there and keeps waiting for the laser to launch, but it won't because it's lagging. Cool trailer. Ah, yes. Good call on it, including this. Yeah, so these are the two. We're seeing the two main things coming in this update. We'll talk about that in a second. Honestly, the trailer itself is like, I think that was a good representation of what the event is, actually. It obviously plays different in the game, as it does, as we know. But compared to a lot of other trailers they've had for updates where they just kind of throw in a whole bunch of stuff going on and you're like, well, I wish the game actually played like this. This event does kind of play like that when it goes smoothly. You go down, you take over this ground facility, you collect these cards, you put them into a line the dish. Once the dish is aligned, you start getting more enemies spawning in, you fly up to the space station, you plug the batteries into the space station, and fly back down to the bunker, and then you launch the laser. And then it comes with some rewards, but like the main goal, I think the main thing here is like, this is a much larger scale activity. Today, we're just gonna jump into the game and explore the area. Tomorrow, I wanna see what we can do about putting a force together to go out there. Maybe, depending on how the performance is. I heard it's pretty bad. This is more along the lines of like, you wanna do Ghost Hollow, but you've got 20 people instead of 5. Or maybe you wanna do Jump Town, but you guys have like 3 Polaris and a couple Hammerheads that you wanna test out. So you're gonna instead come and try and hold these locations down. They call them the Hatheror facilities. They are holdovers from the Theaters of War production. 2 Hatheror facilities have been added to support the new Align and Mine persistent sandbox activity. These locations appear on something that's been cut off. We know they're on Aberdeen and Daymar, but I think one of the most important parts about this edition is that they're making Aberdeen and Daymar really unique locations, and that we're starting to see different places in Moons that truly set them apart. The raceway on, I think it's Clio, maybe? Bassin, where is that? That racetrack. It's like one of the original racetracks around Microtech. We got that. We got like Icebreaker. We've got Snake Pit. Yeah, with Snake Pit. We've got the one on Daymar. There's another racing. Like, there's a lot of... For such a long time, we've had just bunkers and caves and just really repetitive locations in this game. And now we're starting to see a whole bunch of unique ones over the last year or so. And hopefully some more. Hopefully it doesn't... I know these were easy to do because of the... because of Theaters of War production already having some of it created. But hopefully with the Starkitect, we start to see more and more unique places that make everywhere actually feel different. Yeah, the new clouds are also there. There's the volumetric clouds update for Moons. Further moons around the PU have been updated with the latest cloud tech. Can't wait to see what Magda looks like with clouds. I don't know if it even has enough atmosphere for clouds. Dynamic conversation's been added. This is a small thing, but it's actually, when we were walking around the city, and you'll see it today, it adds a lot. NPCs around landing zones and outposts in the PU have been updated with dozens of new dynamic conversation lines, new faces, and new animations. We've been reading about AI updates in monthly reports for years. It's nice to actually see them start coming into the game like this. It's kind of funny though, because these people will be sitting on the couch like 2 spots away from each other, and one person will get up, move over, and start talking to the other person. They'll finish their conversation, come back and sit down on their spot, and the other person will get up, move over, and start talking to them. Like, you guys almost got it. Almost like people, like persons. I noticed how CIG changed server names to nicknames. Yeah. No idea why, but yeah. Seems that CIG are trying to release something for a pledge every month with these patches. Indeed. Yeah, they are definitely pumping out something with a new patch every time. They need the funding. They need it consistent this year. This is their last, I think, big push before Squadron starts to at least try to help with funding. And so I'm not surprised. They had a lot of backlog last year too. All right, we've also got a new fauna. These are the juvenile Valacar, basically baby sandworms. These new burrowing worm fauna will attack when their territories are disturbed. These Valacar fling rocks at their targets to stagger and damage while moving around the surface to avoid close combat. These can be found on some moons and near Hatheror facilities, so not just on Daymar. These can be found on different moons, and thus it begins, guys. We are now living in a game where you can just come across space aliens in random places, and they might freak you out. Honestly, I am like, these things could just creep up on you in caves, probably at some point. They're not saying they're in caves right now, but I'm just imagining someday they're going to start to spawn fauna on derelict ships. And that's probably when I stop going on derelict ships. All right. They also gave shopkeepers and civilian AI at derelict settlements pistols to help defend themselves. That's nice. And they added multiple new Ninetales FPS AI loadouts. We know that the FPS AI are starting to play a lot different depending on what their role is in the battle, which is nice. A little bit of variety in the fights. All right, the other side of things, well, this is like actually really the big update of the whole thing. We'll go through all of it. So Align in Mine is what we just saw. New sandbox activity bringing players to 2 moons in Stanton with 3 ground-based alignment facilities and 1 orbital mining station. Players will need to navigate the facility buildings to grab keycards to unlock new areas leading to the final terminal to align the satellite to the orbital station above. Once all 3 ground locations have been aligned and the batteries from each location acquired, players need to navigate the station above and use the batteries to power the orbital mining laser. So we just saw this in that trailer. Haven't really run through it myself, but it'll be real good when it runs well, as we say. Okay. The other side of it, which we haven't really talked too much about, is Wicklow. Brand new Banu collector, first alien in the game. He's a collector of fine goods found around the universe, and he's made his way to Stanton to begin trading with players for weapons, armor, and ships. This will appear as an intro mission to go meet them at their trading post inside of an asteroid. We also introduced Rayari, a research company calling for rare minerals to help further their research. Happy collecting research. This is actually a big part of their push to start getting guilds into the game. If you sat through this very long... Sorry. I always do this. All right, if you sat through this talk, then you probably remember this section of it.
That will offer rewards the more you work for them. Now, I want to call out 2 things. One, I'm not going to have time to dive into all of the missions that you're going to see on this board, but just know that every mission type...
So they had guilds they want to introduce.
Corners of the universe.
Yeah, so we got the Industrial Guild, which we've started to work through that, mostly with the salvaging stuff. They need to add mining for sure. I'm guessing, and then Repair Technician is kind of starting to happen. Guessing they'll introduce some factions with that throughout the next few months. We've got the Cargo Guild, which we've started to see cargo deliveries coming in. Don't know if there's courier stuff here. They've also got passenger transport and vehicle delivery, which will be some interesting mix-ups there. We've got racing, which we've seen the racing folks start to get some reputation in because you can do the racing missions. That was like the first missions that got reputation. Science. We're starting to see the hunt animal stuff, the wilderness there. But we're also seeing retrieve and research, specifically from Rayari Inc. Now, if you go back to what they're saying in these patch notes, they're specifically calling out Rayari as a research facility that will have you collecting to do research. So this is one of the first ticks off the science guilds category that we found. And I think it's not the most exciting part for most people. They want to get into scanning, location mapping, ICC. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Music's a bit loud. My bad. So, sorry, a little tickle in my throat. People want to get to this stuff, but we've also seen the teaser now that Tessa Bannister is included in 4.1, which means she could come back as a mission giver, and she's specifically associated with ICC, so that might also be a teaser there. Woo. So yeah, we got hunt animals, which I guess was technically the first part of science, but retrieve and research is coming in with this update as well. You keep going on. And to be honest, I don't think they really talked about aliens, but Wicklow is also supposed to be a representative of the Banu. So this is a big deal to bring in aliens into the game. For some people, it's the biggest deal. But this also means that they will always have central locations in the Stanton system that they could just update items that you need to go get, and you can turn in and get something back. It's literally a storefront, but it's a bartering storefront, and it encourages people to use different methods to retrieve different types of materials on this essentially scavenger hunt list and then get something in return. And that could be updated endlessly, which I think is a really good addition and a good way to get kind of the exploration folks started in game. Besides that, they've also updated ground vehicle and mining. We've seen this, vehicle and FPS mining we've seen and tested here on the stream. They split out FPS minables to not be mineable by ground vehicles, which I have I'm not entirely happy about, but I think it makes sense considering how they want to start to factor these things into crafting and base building. Both need to be valuable, both need to have reasons to exist. So now there are new minables that are exclusive to ground vehicles and FPS, and they are now categorized as beginner minables. We've got Baradone, Glacocyte, Fenmelin, and something that's redacted. All of these have different difficulties and different variables that make them a certain type of mineable you would go for. And you can actually trade out your mining laser now and play around with the different tools you have to make them easier. We also have FPS hand minables, Aphorite, Dolivine, Hadanite, Janelite, and a few others that I think we saw in game, but I don't remember what they're called. In addition to these changes, the minables themselves, there are now also 4 dedicated mining heads for the rock, as we mentioned. These size 0 mining heads come with their own bespoke balancing and give benefits for instability reduction, resistance reduction, optimal charge window, and laser power and more. So these are just, they're doing to ground mining what they did to ship mining, which is making it more deep and giving people more to do. Item recovery T0, we've gone over this a whole bunch. And for T0, it's going to be a frustrating thing for a lot of people, I think. But it'll also be a very nice thing for a lot of people that I'm sure folks enjoy. Feeling like they can use more of their own custom gear without the worry of losing it. This is basically a change that allows for, when you die, your equipped armor and weapon to stay on your body when you respawn. That means that nobody can loot those things, and that means that you will get them back immediately, ready to go wherever you do respawn. The twist is, you don't keep any of your stuff in your backpack or in any of the storage you have on you, so that stuff can still be looted. So security cards, more ammo, medical stuff, just in general other lootables, they can still take that stuff. But ultimately, this is going to be a jarring change for a game that's been full loot all the time, and it's not a permanent change. This is just a holdover. This is just something that's meant to be here for hopefully a short amount of time. That's kind of where the big disagreement is nobody knows how long this will last, but if this lasts 2 quarters, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And at the end of it all, we'll get back to a game that is based around the idea of full loot with the abilities to reclaim that loot in certain ways and discredit it in other ways. And I think there are plenty of things that we need to probably dial in and make sure they work correctly in even tier 1 and tier 2, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Spent 2 hours last night trying to solo one of the Hatheror caves. Got all the dishes aligned, but the button to activate the laser bugged out. Wow, you were alone for that long? Got stuck in an elevator last night, quit. Simple, straightforward. All right, we've also got some new missions, rather missions coming back, let's say. Many missions have been updated for server meshing, including medical beacons, courier missions. I still need to see courier missions. I still haven't seen them working in Stanton. Prison, oxygen, repair missions, and the 890 boarding jump mission. That's 890 jump boarding mission. That's a good one. Enabled place from inventory. Oh my dude. That is fantastic. I didn't know we were going to have that. I mean, it'd be nice to have it. I just didn't know it was in this update. Fuses, keycards, comp boards, all can be placed from inventory. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually really nice. I would love to also be able to place... no, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm sure there are other items that I'd like to be included in there, but we'll get there. That's a good change. All right, further loot and medical crate content updates. Yeah, the loot boxes are a lot better. That is actually at Hatheror. The loot boxes are great. I'm not sure if they've updated loot boxes around other places in the game, but the ones that they've added to Hatheror do give you some real good stuff. Is this live right now? Yeah, it is. Not realistic, not immersive. Dude, the realism for that. I do not want to go into my inventory every time I need to get a fuse. Like, when you're doing engineering, maybe this is something they take away when the inventory works better and gives you an easy way to pull out of your inventory without going through a whole bunch of stuff. But, oh my God. I've just doing the key cards in Hatheror, I've been thinking about how fuses are going to work on ships when you're running around trying to repair stuff. And I'm like, brah, we're going to have an easy way to get those out. Ship and vehicle updates. This is an interesting one because it's physics based, and physics in Star Citizen is a thing. Take a bottle and take something to eat. Give me a you imagine if could you imagine actually if let me throw this to you guys on chat. Sorry about that. This is all live in 4.1 right now. You can jump in and play it. Could you imagine if like there was if they were like, okay, we're going to go with the immersion style, and instead of there being like a button to just press it, it was like the reload button, like ammo reloading from the backpack, where it was just, they made a little sound of you rummaging through your backpack, and then you pull out like a sandwich. Sandwich reload. All done. All right, collision physics got an update here. Ship collision damage handling is now done using full collision data passed down by physics. This means mass and speed is now calculated in the collision and makes collision damage between all ships, big and small, behave more realistically. Haven't tested this out yet, but I do wonder how possible this would have been before server meshing. Because I imagine this is a whole bunch of data. This kind of thing, Maelstrom, all that stuff where they have to calculate the specific collisions between two dynamic spaceships made up of a bunch of parts must be a ton of data. And I'm wondering if that was even worth trying before. The part of reality where you have to actually open up your backpack, dig around, find something. That's in, that is in, what's it called? Sons of the Forest? Children of the Forest? Something like that, some game? Where you have to, like, actually orient your physical backpack. Like, you look into the backpack and you have to, like, get stuff out of it. That's wild, man. I saw that once and I was like, that is probably as deep as I've ever seen anybody go with the inventory. Couldn't get place from inventory to work. A bug? In my Star Citizen? Yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna be janky for the first little while that we're using it, unfortunately. Should just have a big floating color-coded press X prompt for everything. I mean, you can turn it on. Not everything, but I think once you scan things, you should get prompts for them, you know? Like, you should be able to discover that you can interact with something. If you're gonna make everything interactable, then no, you don't need it. But if you're not, then you kind of need some way for people to figure it out. All right, added additional ships to the PU ships shops. We got the Argo CSV, the Crusader Intrepid, nice touch. The Anvil Terrapin Medic, Mirai Pulse, RSI Lynx. No Star Lancer. Didn't the Star Lancer come out at the same time as the CSV? Is it already in the PU? Why would they not put the Star Lancer in the PU for this update? It's that new deal? It is in? Okay. Was it already in before this? Is that why? I'm behind. Good. Good. As long as it's in, man. I was like, let's not forget the big ships. They're being much better about getting ships in and being straight about it, and I didn't want to see them start slipping on that again. You're unloading one right now? Nice. Heavy Fighter General Archetype Balance Pass. Joint health, thruster power, and max speeds have been adjusted for the Heavy Fighter archetypes. Most of these speeds and thrust adjustments were needed due to thruster weight changes that have gone into 4.1. Thruster weight changes. And should bring them back in line with 4.0.2, so keep an eye on Heavy Fighters and let us know if some feel different. Huh. See, this isn't a huge change, but this is really good insight into the development that's going on kind of behind the scenes. They're still working on the flight model because the archetypes are something that they told us were going to start being worked on after everything got reset for master modes, but they haven't really talked about that yet. This doesn't mean that they're actually changing it for 4.1, but I'm thinking they're doing active work on it, which I really hope so. But also, the fact that they added thruster weight changes in 4.1, this wasn't in any way mentioned before that I know of. And that also kind of says something about they're updating ships, getting them ready for customization, for component differences, for engineering maybe. Maybe. Speculation, but maybe. We've also got a whole bunch of changes and updates to ships outside of the turret changes. We've got audio changes, camera shake reductions, mining lasers added to shops, mining pods, the rock as their mining pods added to shops, the vulture tractor beams in the shops now, SRV fuel is heavier, reduced fuel storage for some of the smaller ships, 300i cargo is working better, thank God for that. Energy cannon's max ammo went from 15 to 25. Atlas can now be destroyed, updated with health and damage states. They have also got like a health bar on it now. So some weapon stuff, some vehicle stuff. Now we've got new weapons. The Volt Parallax Off-World Laser Technologies rifle. This is the one we saw in the trailer. Looks like a plasma rifle. Works kind of like a plasma rifle. Though you've got both overheating mechanic and reload mechanic. Now I know these are both things in the game. There is both ammo and there is both heat, so a gun that uses both would need that. I do feel like maybe though they can combine them and make the battery overheat or something, and you just have to worry about, I don't know. Either if you're gonna have to maintain both heat and ammo, I'm thinking maybe the damage should be higher on this because it is kind of a lot to pay attention to. At the same time though, I like the way it works. I enjoy this gun. Sounds really nice. Looks really good. I'm thinking maybe not the most competitive, sweaty, PvP powerful gun, but it is it's certainly fun to use, and I'm gonna go in game right now and go get one to carry around. The rifle builds up heat, increasing its rate of fire up to 35%, and once enough heat builds up, it turns into a powerful beam. So you can kind of bounce around firing it just to fire it how you want it. Currently, this weapon is also in single weapon elimination and AC. Probably a good way to try that out. Grenade launchers have been balanced. We know this happened because of the item change, the item recovery change, which is kind of funny. But basically, grenade launchers are not very useful anymore. The Ripper SMG is in the game, got a DPS increase, which is great because I heard it kind of sucked. I still haven't used this gun, to be honest, and I don't have any desire to. But it's another piece of a little bit of variety and something that tells a story of broken down areas. This is the gun that was looking like a broken apart multi-tool turned into a weapon. Custodian SMG also got a damage increase. P8 AR got some changes here. Looks like some stuff to make it a little bit less effective, little nerf. And then the FS9 got an increase of projectile speed. That's a LMG. Moving on from there, we got some core updates We have made numerous updates to help reduce B-wind spikes, which caused many delays around the PU. B-wind generally is telling you how your input lag is doing wherever you are. In my most unprofessional opinion, speculation, and reading of the situation, that's what I think. Option to have no clouds enabled in the PU has been removed. So that now everybody is forced to have clouds on. People with earlier graphics cards, this might be rough. But I'm guessing this sounds like they think they've done enough optimizations to require it, which clouds are obviously going to have a huge effect on your ability to see other people, to scan. I mean, clouds will hurt your ability to scan, so you can't just not have them in the game. Should this option have been removed this early? I don't know, but it is now that way. Updated loading and splash screens. You'll see that they've got a new set of news updates and stories going on around the game on the loading screen. You'll see that when we jump into the game in a bit here. New map, Crossroads of Crime. This is actually the original Theaters of War map. So this will now be in game for you to use in Arena Commander, which honestly I think is still underutilized, but as somebody who doesn't use it that much, I can't talk. Astor's Clearing has also been brought into the game. This is a settlement from Microtech, so just giving you a little more of the ability to train on PU locations without having to go in the PU. And then some miscellaneous changes. Bug fixes, disabled areas and racetracks and levels, and just in general updates. And then a whole bunch of other bug fixes here. Jesus. Yeah. One of the things they're focusing on besides content is just trying to hit that, the bug fixes and all that jazz and make sure it's all working. So you can go through these. I'm not going to go through these for you. Technical updates are also here, just crashes and things like that, Vulkan rendering, NVIDIA GPUs, that kind of jazz. But this is 4.1 live. The update that is now live right here. And we will go ahead and jump in to see what it's offering, how it's playing, how it's doing, and whether you should join or not. You know what? I'll include some of this gameplay. Actually, no, I won't. If you guys want to see this gameplay, the stream is still live on the main channel. If you're on Space Tomato 2, enjoy your day. Hope this gave you some info. See you in the next one. You can turn it off if you're using older user files. That's kind of funny. Ground mining is broken. What? How is it broken? What happened? I will be live here for probably another 2.5 hours. Give or take. And if you guys want to jump in with me, now's the time. Let's play. Hello, hello. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not coming through on Discord.
Hello.
How about there? No. Yeah, here we go. Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
I'm doing all right, you know. Lagging my way through Area 18.
You, I gotta jump in on your server, I guess. You been playing much 4.1 yet? Or you just started?
I've tried mining. It's gone okay.
Ground mining?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of ground mining. It's gone okay for the most part.
I hear it's not working well.
That's also true. It's a bit of an iffy situation here and there.
Good. Classic Star Citizen. I was worried that I was going to feel alienated. Who are you joining on? I just kind of threw myself into a shard. I don't really know where I'm joining. You recommend the Ripper SMG for close quarters, super stable in hipfire, but no more than 30 to 40 meter range. I love shotguns for close quarters. I don't know if I'm gonna shoot an SMG. I'm not sure I want it to be a beam, you know? I love the bullet hose nature of SMGs.
Inventory error. I think I just bought the last magazine from Cubby Blast.
There we go. Craw Nice, thank you so much for the sub on Twitch. Really appreciate you. 6 months now. Probably like the best 6 months I've ever experienced. Craw Nice though. It reminds me of Crawdad. Like lobsters. So did 4.1 fix everything? Yeah, game's ready to go live. 1.0 is next. Remember that period of time where people thought that the next update after 4.0 was going to be 1.0? Sag. You haven't enjoyed using any of the shotguns. I love myself an R97. All right, you still at Cubby Blast? I can see if we're in the same. Oh, yep, that looks like you.
Yeah, that would be me then.
Invite to party. According to one of the VFX artists on The Expanse, the Rosie is about 46 meters long. What? Dude, the Rosie's really? 46, okay. I thought it was bigger than that. So is our Paladin then our Rocinante? Alright, let me get armored up real quick and then we'll get going. Yeah, the recoil is crazy on the R97. But I mean, full automatic shotgun, like what are you gonna do? I can't complain. Looking for red. True Def. Pro. Legs. Here we go. Black, gray, red. Do you have a specific set you're excited to bring with you everywhere? I'm still going to be wearing my org armor, to be honest. I'm not like I'm not the kind of person who is just not wearing my good stuff because I didn't want to lose it. I'd wear it. I'd lose it. I would just wear something else afterward. So I'm just going to be playing the same way I was playing already. P8SC. Haven't been carrying around one of these in like a month. P8SC, S71. And we got any medical pens here? We do, look at that. We have any food? Yes, we do. No, 1.0 is not the next update. 4.1 is the next update. Welcome. Let's get some tiger claws just in case. I don't think I'll need them, but you never really know. Whoa. Why does it feel like there's a lot less stuff in the store? Wait, did they take weapons out? Yo, do they no longer sell weapons at Cubby Blast? What's going on?
They do.
Okay, there they are.
You can't find your weapon. You can always
No,
just buy them off the walls.
I guess it was just like I accidentally was filtering it somehow. That was weird.
Ah.
All right. Now I have reason to carry around a mining multi-tool attachment, which is cool. P8. No, they don't have the P8 here. Oh well. All right. Now I just need to get dressed. Right. I still have all of the armor that I had from the last patch here.
There was no need to even do any of that.
No, but I guess it's good practice.
I'll link up with you in a bit and go do something.
No problem. Four times would be nice. Compensator. LH86. Ammo. Utility. Med pens. All right. I think I am fully geared up. Oh, let's get some food as well. There we go. Okay. We're good to adventure, folks. Let's go get the ship ready.
I've returned.
Loadouts will be great. They'll spend years on 4.0 branch and end up just rebranding 5.0 for optics. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a 4.1.1. It's going to be the same model they did for 4.0. If you go look at the roadmap for 4.1, you'll see there's still stuff that hasn't been released. Those are planned for... We haven't done a non-point.1 update in a Star Citizen patch since I think like 2019. Let me check something, actually. We go to Star Citizen updates. I believe there is a page that has every update. This one? Yeah. So you go back. You got... From 3.0, you had 3.0.1. We had 3.1.1. 3.2.1. 3.3.5. 3.4.1, 3.5.1, 3.6.1, 3.7, 0.8, 0.9, 10, 11, 12. They've never not done a 0.1 patch. So we will absolutely have 4.1.1 and 4.1.2. I was wrong. This is going all the way back to 2018. 4.2.4, 2.3.1, 2.2, 2.1. Thank you. Yeah, this goes all the way back to 2015. They've been doing it, so we will definitely get them this time. Would you like to fly, or would you like me to fly?
I prefer to be crew, surprisingly enough.
Damn it.
Aw.
You and me both. But all right, we'll take a take something that you can jump in for the turret. Do I think there's going to be a beta stage between now and 1.0? No. I think they're just going to kind of meld into it. I mean, it's how early access games work at this point. A lot of them don't go early access until maybe the late alpha stage or the beta stage. But I do think it's just going to kind of meld into beta. Yeah, the space flight combat missions and the Volt Quartz SMG, I believe, are both still not in 4.1. So those will be coming later. And they can change the numbering scheme during the 3.x cycle. They did, but they were still doing point updates at the time, just because they needed. It's just, you know, it's just standard practice. Got to keep it stable, right? Well, stable. Blackfish, thank you for becoming a member on YouTube, my friend. Just finishing up the exploration video for you guys. It's a fun one. Very opinionated. No, next month will be 4.1.1. What's the best job loop right now? I don't know. Got to see what's working and what's not. I imagine if things were working, then mining is probably the most interesting game loop at the moment. Unfortunately, you're not really mining. Like, there's still not a ton of reason to get other types of minerals, but there are reasons now. Which is more than we can say any other time. For 1.0 is going to be their full release. Soon after 1.0, they'll go the route of Elite and No Man's Sky. Yeah, basically. They'll just step into normal MMO mode and drop regular updates. When is 4.2? We don't know. Most likely around July or August. It'll be their Q2 to Q3 update branch. Have you been able to check out the Atlas on display at Wicklow? Yeah, we looked at that last stream. Judged its glutes. Needs more squats, to be honest, in its schedule. Poochie. Thanks for the sub on Twitch, my friend. 13 months with the pooch. We appreciate your support. Hope you've been enjoying the stream. Every list in this game, like the fleet manager and contract screen, needs a search function. Yes. It's a strong first message in chat. Diggable, you're having a lot of fun with cargo. Okay. I mean, cargo, there's a lot you can do with cargo right now. Core Phoenix, what are you usually doing in game?
I'm a salvager.
Nice.
Recently, I purchased a reclaimer in game.
Oh. How long did it take to work up to that?
Well, thanks to the supplier die, not too long, but still pretty long.
Yeah.
I had to do hauling missions to get enough to get the vulture. Loved the gameplay loop, and then started going for the reclaimer, which was about a month ago.
That's cool. It felt like you were
plus or minus the supplier die getting most of it done.
Mm-hmm. So it felt like you were actually progressing through the game?
Oh yeah, I was buying ships on the way as well, like the Cutlass series, and then got myself some mineable ships, and then I was like, yay.
That's pretty cool.
To be granted, I'm still a fairly new player at that, so there's there.
Yeah, feels nice though to be able to find what you like and find a way to keep progressing in it. Have you gotten to go out with a crew yet in the Reclaimer?
We actually did. Bu had a unfortunate event with his, so we had to bring out mine for a salvage event.
Ah. Up the volume? Yeah. Can you talk again for me?
Talking again.
How is that for volume, guys? It's interesting, when I run all of my audio through my second computer rather than through my first one, it seems like everybody is hearing the audio different than I am.
I wouldn't know anything about that. My dad's more of a streamer than I am.
Oh yeah? What does he stream?
Random things every now and then.
Huh.
I'm not too sure, really.
You don't try out those games?
It's not that I don't try out them. He doesn't stream that often, but he knows how to do it.
I see.
He does it the same method of 2 computers, so.
It works. I mean, it works a lot better in the sense of you have a lot more options, but geez, computers are already annoying enough on their own. Trying to get them to work together is like pulling teeth out of a toothless grandpa.
You're telling me. I have an old 2000s camcorder, and I had to go back in time to find a PCIe card, something that you plug into your computer to make it work.
Like to make it connect
To
to the
see
computer.
the video, to record it again.
Oh my gosh.
Quite devious.
Love old tech. The Atlas vehicles do not come with a hangar. Should these be avoided for LTI tokens? Depends. Getting a hangar with your ship probably only means that in the future, once we have to pay hangar fees for owning a hangar, you won't have to. So if you're okay with the hangar fees, I mean, you probably will end up paying less in hangar fees than you will in insurance for your ship. So LTI is more valuable than getting a hangar, so do that equation yourself, but I would say it's still viable. Oh, I completely forgot to go over the new ships in 4.1 when we did our little overview. And I said I was going to. The Golem and the Atlas Geo are the 2 vehicles that have come in. A starter ship miner is a very good call on their part, and I think it's not only is it low-hanging fruit, it is a very crucial target that they need to hit. The more they can make a ship that allows for gameplay at a lower level, at a lower buy-in, at an earlier time, the better. What they have to do is make sure that that vehicle is very gimped in its gameplay as well, and they've done that with this. They gave it its own mining laser. You can't change it out. So it is very limited in that sense. It is a small ship with no interior, so you're not really going into as many dangerous places. And it's not as much storage. So once you realize you can do more, you're going to upgrade to another ship. So I think it's a really good call to have put that in the game. I think they gave it some really solid downsides, and it allows for people to buy into a profession much earlier than they would have had to through rentals or through buying the actual ship. The fact that they're pricing it real life $60 is a great win. I would still tell people don't buy it in real life, get it in game. It's going to be so freaking easy to get a rental of that in game in 4.2. But yes, it is also a very reasonable price for a ship like that. And I think really their thought process is we are now going to start pumping out a lot more ships so we can lower the price of the lower end ones and sell a ton of them But because we have so many people making them, they won't cost us as much in terms of like taking away from other ships. So I think we're going to see more and more of these ships that are really small, inconsequential to bring into the game because they're not changing up features and a lot of the balance, but they also are adding a lot of variety and possibilities. What that means is that we're going to have to get used to not wanting every ship that comes out. Like, a lot of people were angry that the Fortune didn't give them a big reason to get it over the Vulture, and that's not why they're bringing these ships in. They're not for you. These are for the millions of people who are going to play the game over the next several decades, hopefully. And they're just trying to make it so that everybody, whoever you are, whatever your interests, or whatever drives you, you have a ship that, at that level that you're at, you can grab. Good on them for doing it with the Golem. We'll see how they do with the other ones. Tiny little ship. Is there a way to start with no ship? No, not yet. Difference between Warbond and LTI is just that Warbond is bought with real money, so you get a discount because you're bringing real money into the project. And then non-Warbond means you can use store credit, which is a more expensive price, but obviously you can basically just refund one of the other ships you have and use that value to buy this ship, so they make it more expensive. LTI is completely separate from that. LTI is something that you don't necessarily need to buy a ship on the store to get, but it obviously gives you that straight away. All right, I'm gonna set us up at Everest Harbor real quick, just so we have a place to respawn.
Copy that.
That one mining head will mine 90% of mineable rocks. There's so many things that can mean. 90% of mineable rocks in the game? Okay, well, how hard is it to find the small rocks? Because a lot of times you come across rocks that you need gadgets or something else to crack. So maybe they mean if you got gadgets on you, then you'll be good. If you're skilled, you're good. But in general, I think a lot of people will move on from that ship
engaged here
before they get good enough
flying
to crack a whole bunch of rocks with that ship. Looks like fun. Looks like fun times. Man, my eye tracker has just not been working for whatever reason lately. Kind of annoying.
I wouldn't know anything about it. Haven't gotten myself one.
They're very cool and super helpful to the point where if you're used to one and then it just stops working, it's kind of jarring.
A little detrimental, if you would.
It just suddenly you can't look around like you're used to. It's like it's a Star Citizen problem, because my eye tracker's definitely working. Ugh.
Besides, I wear extremely large glasses. I don't think the most eye trackers would be able to see through my lenses, see where my eyes are going.
They work with glasses. These
glasses are so warped for my vision that I'm unable to get prescription lenses for VR. I don't know if Toby would be able to see through that.
Well, they do emphasize that they work with glasses. Maybe certain thickness might not work, but I know that Morphologist uses one with his glasses. I don't know if it depends on prescription or not. I think a $25 game package without a ship would be pretty cool. But they'd have to put so many warnings that you're not going to have a ship. I think they shouldn't do that until we have job boards and you can assign missions and contracts to other players and stuff. But I do think we should be able to do that. Public transportation is going to be a thing, yeah. You can actually already see that in city spaceports. There's public transportation sections. Yeah, item recovery is in this patch. Hey, do they have heat armor here? Maybe we should wear that. Aberdeen's
sure.
freaking hot. No, this is a cargo station. They probably have them at refinery stations. Yeah, maybe we can find some down there. Worst comes to worst, we sprint back to the ship.
Find a roof, quickly.
Yeah, the Pembroke. But where the heck is the Pembroke?
Welcome.
It's at Lorville? Gross. You know what? It's probably going to save us a lot of time if we get some. What? Didn't I just put these clips on my... Going after the lasers? Yeah, I want a parallax rifle. Maverick, thank you for the bits on Twitch. Much love to you, dude. Man, why can't I climb this anymore? Just evil that you can't mantle up the elevator there sometimes.
The evil elevator.
No Atlas Geo over here.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on. Engines on. Launch complete.
We weren't planning on doing any mining, but this is freely open to anybody who's in the org. So if you're in GII, you'll find us in the voice channel. Just come join that and we'll get you into the party. Really would not want to have to go to Lorville, but fine. Okay, I'll jump to the planet first before we jump to Lorville. Oh, this navigation's so lame sometimes. Imagine people rolling around in basically Professor X's chair, but with weapons. What a thought. To join the org, just type an !org, and you can sign up on the website.
Engage.
Damn, we should have gotten this. Too bad they didn't have this at Area 18. This would have been a lot faster.
Complete.
Can't have everything in one spot.
True. Yeah, you can be in more than one org. Some people are in like 8 orgs. You know, I really love the way the ping looks in this game, but I hate that I have to use it so much.
Just to see where you're going.
Yeah.
Alert.
Whoops.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ding dong.
This is not a spirit. We're okay. Okay, now to get Pembroke.
Wherever that may be, because I don't know.
Every other space game has better lighting. I really like the lighting in this game. I just wish there was an easier way to see in the dark. +30 minutes since you started playing and you're just leaving your hangar. What?
We've
Nah,
left at
bruh.
least 3 hangars now.
Yeah, that was not my hangar. That was, we flew across the star system, man. You don't start at a space station.
I mean,
Granted.
depends on where you like to live.
I mean, granted, this is a long startup period, but this is our first time loading into a new update. Ooh, the train! No, 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 no! Whoa. Oh, you're back there. Come on. You can make it. Oh!
Nah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll grab it. I'll grab it and bring it back. Or you can come if you'd like.
I think I'll be fine.
Somebody just laying here. You'd rather use a max lift over an Atlas for tractoring? Yeah, I probably would if you're moving around a lot. If you're just doing like hanger loading, then yeah, I would
Poor
prefer the
CPU
Atlas.
doesn't like it today.
Getting the hitches.
Oh yeah.
Person security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines.
The random glitches really mess up the whole living in space kind of aspect of this game. Gotta play in the dark with high quality monitors. I don't probably get the best idea of how the game looks because most of the time I'm playing I have like bright ass lights in my eyes. I think I also keep the gamma kind of low. Makes everything look darker. I see. The music is drowning out the game. Yeah, see, this new audio setup is just not ideal. Just gonna have the game audio playing right now. Sorry if you like the music. I can't balance the music with the game with the way this is set up. Look at all this furniture here. Hey, you want a couch?
I'd love a couch. I'll put it right in the middle of my cutlass. I'm more worried about the roly-poly that was next to you.
That's just Fred.
I'm taking him with. I got a roly-poly now.
All right, I got my suit. Ready when you are.
Pembroke.
How do you jump in with us?
Explorations.
Once your application is accepted, you'll be able to see the voice channel that we're in. And then once you join that, just send a friend request and we'll confirm you're in the party. That was just some of my music for my PC.
Currently hiring in multiple departments. It's credit type. Even offer accredited care.
Was Jonathan Winters in here earlier? I don't think so. I didn't see him.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Serious and dangerous offense.
Holding on to 2 red cards and 2 blue key cards. You been causing a ruckus out of Hatheror?
Step away from the platform edge when train is
There is no official Star Citizen integration into Discord, if that's what you're asking about.
next stop, Pisa Spaceport.
You were not causing a ruckus? Can soloers not cause ruckus?
Now arriving, Pisa Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Didn't have time to finish it up. I'm surprised that there's even any time to... I figured if you're out there, you're just going to be running into people nonstop. Somebody said they ran almost the whole thing solo. That's pretty cool. SC voice comms working properly would be freaking fantastic.
Employees as passengers without valid travel papers.
Come on, keep it moving.
Why would you say that as I'm sprinting past
No,
you?
I know.
It's like we're already running. What more does he want?
Faster. Sprint harder. Seeing people with their cool armor out is awesome now. Like, look at this dude. I love it.
.1's doing okay for me right now, but we haven't really gone anywhere. Like, we just flown between a couple planets and space stations. We're about to head out to a pretty central location now, so we'll get an idea of how performance is doing over there.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Yeah, apparently Starlancer Max was added last update. VoIP's working in-game? Can you hear me in-game?
Oh, I could.
Oh my god. He could.
That's surprising. I could actually hear you speak in game there.
And I don't have to do anything. I don't have to bend over backwards. You can just hear me?
I can just hear you.
Wow. For the record, I'm muted on Discord, so it is actually working.
Such a silly super fun.
Yay! All right. I hope it stays working. That'd be a pretty good change for this game. Why doesn't it see my backpack? There we go. Okay, I see. So I'm not bringing ammo, or I'm not bringing additional armor. Okay. Okay. Guess we're good to go. What mission are we going on? We're not taking a mission. I just want to go get a Volt weapon and see some of the performance of the area. Just lost your railgun to item recovery? What do you mean? Like item recovery failed, so you didn't have your railgun? I'm guessing there's going to be quite a few.
Well, what was that?
What happened?
Started floating for a bit. That was
Oh.
cool.
It's my special armor.
The float armor.
How is the MSR these days?
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking.
Still not performing as well as it should be.
Systems off. Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
I can't even free look. It's like there's something wrong with my ability to look around in general. Okay, so that's free look. But nothing. Weird.
Launch complete.
Yeah, this is the Mercury Star Runner. What the? Way to ruin my perfect takeoff.
Shield.
You're right, the city does not have a lot of glow. They're just really, really, really sustainable. No light pollution. You got an error on the GII website, but you think you've applied? All right, we'll keep an eye out for it. If there is an error, we'll make sure to let you know so you can get back in. Hey, we got lucky. That is Aberdeen. All right, headed for Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Looks like it's just us two from GII today.
Quantum travel complete.
Right. Sorry, guys. I meant to mention, if you get an error on the website, it's okay. Your application still went through. It's just for some reason the website's sending out an error. What do you do for money?
Check the comma ray around Yella. No way. Who would do such a thing?
What was that? What was that?
Travel complete.
Maintenance mission. They're back, it seems.
In
For repairing
Stanton?
the comma rays. Yeah, I just got one that appeared on
comma
my
ray.
thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. The comma ray. Coming in on one of the spots. Not detecting too much in the area.
A lot of ships landed down, but that's about it.
like the dish has been activated. I'm gonna set us down on the backside.
Landing gear down.
Don't see anybody outside yet.
Landing. Engines off. Shields on. Weapons on.
Alright, shields up to max. If we can, we might be able to still get back here if somebody decides to attack it, but we should be ready to find another ride out of here.
Hey, firm. There was a lot of ships around here, so.
Alright. In terms of players, let's try and make contact first before we shoot, but as soon as they open fire, go ahead and return.
Yep.
NPCs? Who cares?
Not many care about the locals.
I mean, the locals are squatters.
True.
Alright, looks like we're doing good here so far. Let's hit up the central building.
Got a Gladius in the air. He's searching around us to get to cover.
Thought I heard a ship.
There's a Gladius hovering around the main building here.
I'm not seeing it,
He's
but that might have
150
been...
from he's 150 from our position. He's going real low.
Alright. That might have been who I saw flying in here. They were at another...
He seems to have landed on the main building.
Alright, I got some sandworms over here. I'm gonna take them out. Ouch. Dang.
Hit a little.
Whoa. Gunfire. Let's head upstairs here. Hearing plenty of gunfire. Doesn't
So
sound like
120.
doesn't sound like an
There's
AI.
the Gladius.
Ah, okay. He landed on the pad, so that's probably the player we're hearing.
Yeah, he's landed near the battery storage. I can actually see one of the batteries out there.
All right, I'm seeing sandworms down there. That might be. So it might be the player engaging sandworms. Holy hot damn, Goswell just dropped 10 memberships on the fucking stream chat. Dude, thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Wait. Hold on, give me like a couple seconds. Goslaw's gotta go on the Toast Gang, my dude. Hell yeah, thank you. Guys, if you just got a membership from Gaz, please give him a shout out, give him a thank you. A huge appreciation. Got you access to the new exclusive video coming out at the beginning of next month. And helped this stream keep being this stream. Alright. See anybody yet down here?
Nope, I've just been keeping a lookout though.
Okay.
Just with the one worm.
I'm just trying to find a red printer first. Ouch. Up. Yeah, I see player running around over there. He's over by the battery section. He's actually inside the room.
Eyes on.
Okay. He's not even coming over here. But, we need to get to a blueprinter. So let's come out this way. All right. This way. Takowski, hello. Welcome in.
Looks like you threw your gun on the floor on my end. That was interesting.
I'm sick of this thing. Alright, here's a blueprinter. We could use that. Ooh, an R97.
Pink.
Always free to join us temporarily, Mr. Pink. Oh, Beat Depression, you got a notification, you got a gifted membership. Yeah, give a shout out to Gozlaw. He just gifted out like 10 to a few people. Vassan, I don't think Ketchup Gamer's talking about this stream. I assume. I think he's talking about other people who actually do that. All right, now another building. I still haven't really been able to determine which buildings are actually hold red printers from the outside. I'm not sure if there's a sign of that.
I'm not quite sure. I haven't done much of this style of gameplay since I did one CZ earlier.
You only been in the CZs once?
Once or twice, I'm pretty sure. First time I ran through it when, this place is scary, and left. Second time I ran with the guild.
It's intense. I actually like these locations more because you get a little more freedom of how you approach the contested zones. You're just you go through an armistice zone to go through a specifically weapons free zone. It's weird. Yeah, you can peer in through the windows to see these things, but like from a distance, I don't want to have to run all the way over to the building.
Binoculars, please. There are a pair of binoculars in most refinery decks of like L1 stations, and I'm those would be useful.
Do they work?
No, you can't buy them. They're just there, though.
Oh.
I wish you could. Ooh, trip mines here.
Yeah, another blueprinter back there. Might as well get it while we're here. Is there always one in the central building? That's actually what I'm trying to... Because I always go to the central building to try and find one, but at 2 of the locations, I feel like I can never find any red locker or red machine at the central building.
But
All
it's
right.
still there.
Yeah, let's try the next building. No, this is another. You gotta find the ones that have like the closed off areas on the side of them. I'm gonna go around back. No, they wouldn't be around back. This one. How about that building? Yeah, 3 in the whole area. I get completely thrown for a loop by the central location, though. This looks like it might have one in it.
This definitely looks important.
What the heck? Ooh, there. Blue garage. Please be a red. No, not at the normal spot, but if it's not there, then yes.
How'd you just manage that one?
Thank you very much. It's just sitting here. They're in the weirdest spots. All right, so 45-minute countdown on that. We could probably find another one now. We might have to go to one of the other locations to get another Volt gun.
There's a fuse here.
Yeah, I think we need to put 2 more. Oh no, you could use a blue card to get in there. Oh, is there a component in there? Is that a ship
That is a
component?
Yes. Actually, it looks like a good loot room. Interesting.
Hold on.
There was also a ship component in the garage.
Do have 2 cards. Shall we take that component?
I mean, if you want.
Some other good loot in here.
It's a drift. I
Links.
don't know enough about components to know what a drift is.
Hey, good loot is good loot.
There's a bore max in here and a max lift. Hey, spare max lift.
Ooh, FS9, not bad. I could find those at any old bunker though. Tiger Claw is nice. Oh, it's a stealth quantum drive. C-class stealth. You can find A-grade stuff in here, though. I mean, why don't we take it?
Component's a component, you know?
Yeah.
Someone's trying to crew up a Hatheror running fleet in the global jet.
Oh, yeah?
Up to them.
Where, in Aberdeen?
I'm not sure. They're just saying they're preparing for a Hatheror run.
Oh, the ship's all the way over there. I'm going the wrong way.
Worm's on the right.
Is that player still over there?
Gladius is still there, but I haven't seen movement. Worms have spotted you.
Screw you, worms. So funny to go all this way and do all this, and it's just like this little box. It's a little tiny component. Someday maybe it'll be worth a lot. Wait, where'd it go?
It drifted off.
Haha! Wait, we've got something for that. Where is it? Yeah, good one. All right. Then we go to find the parallax rifle. And then we'll hit up another ground location. Maybe there is one that still needs to be aligned. Or we can actually go see if they've cracked the ground open yet.
The comm relay was active when we got here.
All right, we're looking for communications. There we go. All right, in here, should have some more loot. And this thing. Thank you for your service, P8. You are no longer needed.
Keycard required.
Bruh. Holy shit, store it.
Actually have a comp board here. For the,
Yeah, we should definitely grab that. Damn, this interaction system is garbage. Like, it wouldn't be so bad if it actually freaking worked, but...
Goodbye, whoever that was.
Think they designed the interaction system specifically to make you angrier the longer you use it? So that you don't use it as much as possible. I just need a scope. Or a sight. Anything really.
There's a 4x scope in this box.
Oh,
This green one.
4 times not bad. Did you grab the comp board, or is this another one?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I don't trust myself to hold important things like that.
Wait, can you not put a sight on? There we go. All right, I'm ready to go.
The ladder's over here to the left if you're
Oh.
running for a ladder. Wrong ladder.
Back to the ship. Welcome, Agnes. Or Apnea. Sorry, it's not Agnes. Welcome to the stream, friend. Sorry, I'm very focused on the gameplay right now, so I'm not seeing much of chat. Did see somebody that needed to be kicked out, though. So that was, easy call. Let's see if we can find somewhere with... the interesting thing is that the enemies aren't spawning here as much as before. The AI.
Engines on.
I actually want to go to the site on the other side so we can get sunlight, because I hate the freaking night. You cool with going to the other side, the other location?
I'm cool with anything.
All right.
I'm just having a good time.
"20 unique Polaris owners over 2 hours."
Engage.
The Polaris is going to get so swamped when engineering comes in. Suddenly you have to actually care about people doing damage to your ship. Whoa. Hold on a second. Did I miss a freaking hype train somehow? Nastya Masta, thank you so much for the freaking 5 subs. I'm so sorry I missed that. I really appreciate you. And Colt gifted out a sub on Twitch. Dude, this audio setup, man, keeps messing me up. Looks like more activity going on here.
A lot more activity, it seems, there.
Has the cave already been opened
There's the
up?
mining. There's a little prospector out and about.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cave's been opened up already.
Probably been scavenging
Oh,
for everything it has.
no, it hasn't. All right, so we got one dish aligned there. Dish aligned. Dish aligned.
Someone might be doing the batteries then.
Perhaps. Or... yeah, they might be doing the batteries, but they also... the laser might just not be firing. Let's drop in here real quick and get you a Volt weapon.
I'm still trying out new weapons. I don't know. I'm not very good fan of overheat type weapons, so I think I'll be fine.
Alright.
Hey, a color's red.
I guess I'll get two.
Dead Hornet. That bodes well.
Somebody's here.
Complete. Engines off. Shields on.
Were you engaged?
I just heard a voice. I'm seeing nothing.
That's a Mark 1 ball turret. Damn,
I'm hearing
nice.
NPCs. I see Nine Tails on the roof at the far building. Very far. 300 direction, about 500 meters maybe.
$200-ish.
Sounds like they're inside of here though. Let's get into this building first. Going up.
I'll spend all day hunting you down if I have to.
Contact downstairs. I think they're fighting sandworms, maybe? Or each other?
You know, I was just getting... Go ahead!
Nine Tails. Engage.
Down. There's a crouching NPC in a corner with no gun on him.
Moving up. Go ahead.
That looked like a player. No, that's not good. He's down. Tossing out grenades. Players don't throw grenades. That's how we die.
This fight is giving me some serious deja vu right now.
I keep trying to use my Arma 3 vines to look over the railing, and I keep proning on accident.
All right. I think those are the stragglers that were still here. We'll clear out the other building in a second. Let's get in here. Ah, I used all my blues, didn't I? No, I still have one.
Not a red?
EAF maintenance keycard. Yeah, I've got one. Oh, it's a red. Yeah, you're right. Silly me. Do they have the
There's
red?
a red printer down here. I'll check it real quick.
Nice. Looks like the battery's been removed, so I'm guessing...
Yoink.
Got it?
Got it. We can
Cool.
open up that door. Want to open admin or comms, or is there a
Comms.
difference?
I actually don't know, but I know for sure that comms has stuff in it. Don't know what admin will do
Okay.
for us.
Can I not do the from inventory thing? Let me put my keycard. Right click. Insert. No. Okay, I have to pull it out.
Apnea, you just chilling after a long week? That's honestly really such a nice... Just throwing on some like vibes of people you enjoy listening to. Getting a little joint or a little drink and chilling, kicking back. I'll usually throw on Astropub stream and listen to him chatting. Big Astropub fan. You sure you don't want this?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright. So I'll just
Another
distribute to the
comm
rest of
board
the
on wall as
org.
well. Go for it.
Found a body. Gonna sweep the area.
Aye. Alright, they're on to us. But,
Spawn wave.
okay, maybe if I disable everything. It's just the worst freaking interaction, dude. Like, holy crap.
Star kit and helmet.
Where you at?
The default action works great. It's when you start to do other actions that
You wasting my time.
your brain glitches and dies in this game. Double F does secondary action? Okay, that's really good to know. Thank you. Alright. I got the gun. Ooh, max lift. Could use one of those.
Spare one that I found. There was an interesting piece of armor in that box, so I
Oh,
grabbed
yeah.
it in trade.
The Antium heavy armor. You should grab this. The arms.
I found a star kit and helmet in there. That's what I was grabbing because it looked funny.
Thought you wanted.
I also
Yeah.
accidentally equipped something instead of my Pembroke suit. What did I equip?
I'm actually enjoying grabbing stuff that I know I'll need later.
Did you loot a Pembroke helmet out of here? Because it put on
Oh,
a
yeah.
Berserker helmet.
Is that yours? Yeah.
I
Let me put
think
that
it.
back.
I think it traded mine instead of putting it in my bag.
Yeah, here, I'll drop it in this green box for you.
Thank you, Starsis. Very useful.
Ooh, they got mining gadgets in here. Very nice. You can make good use of these. You could probably sell these to people or get them for your friends.
Equip, please equip. No? Okay.
Another max lift. Ooh, a huge Cambio. Cambio salvage canister. More max lifts. Not bad.
Yeah, they're definitely, the Nine-tailed are definitely on. Buddy, this is bulletproof. You can't.
Let's go get him.
On you. Oh, light bastard,
Got him.
this is not gonna end well for you. Ah!
I saw some others on top of one of the other buildings we can go get. Ooh, there's a Zeusy boy out here.
A lot of dead ship parts around. Something big must have happened here earlier.
Yeah, they really only started to take UI real seriously lately. Honestly, they only started taking a lot of stuff real seriously lately. They were very focused on just making sure to keep things playable and make money and get squadron made and server meshing, and that made them forget a lot about this stuff. Contact up top.
That's a heavy.
Damn it. You got contact inside? Oh, shit. This thing is pretty fun to use, not gonna lie.
Special delivery. Laying down covering fire.
The heck am I hearing you from?
On the roof, maybe?
Oh, I think he's back here. Oh, that's your flashlight. Yeah, I guess he's up top.
I've got you covered.
No, you don't.
I got you. Go, go.
Buddy! Nobody's listening to you. Fox, thanks for continuing your sub on the channel. 19 months, let's go, buddy. That deserves a one of those. Little Wilhelm. All right, I'm gonna try and get up the ladder.
Alright, I'll back up and see if I can give cover.
I'll spend all day hunting you down.
Apnea, I think you're spot on. This guy must be all the way up here. Yeah, you should come on up.
Looking around.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, balancing the heat on this thing is... I think they made it so this thing goes to a beam faster now.
Wasn't it stated that it's dependent on the planet you're on? And
That
the
too,
planet's
yeah.
Very hot.
Yeah, that's a good point. The heat that your weapon accrues depends on the freaking atmosphere that you're in. So Star Citizen. I wonder if we can get into that Zeus. Although, who wants a Zeus over an MSR? Let's be honest. The GOAT. I just heard some other NPC yelling around somewhere.
They're screaming a lot.
I'm gonna get ya!
No. Unsafe building, do not enter.
No.
Oh, the ramp's open on the Zeus. Oh, hey, look, a battery.
Shall we steal that and fly it up?
Nova. There's also a Nova part here.
Someone got down!
Wow, that was actually a really good move for the NPC. Yeah, on a planet like this, I guess it must be the heat. It is hard to keep this in rifle mode. Or in projectile mode rather than beam.
Gonna pay for dropping this body.
That's not right.
Move out and find it.
Is this how you want to spend your final moments?
I'll spend all day
Dragging
hunting
apart
you
that
down.
that wasn't. Not stealing, because it wasn't simply shipped yet.
You picked the wrong guy.
What?
You got...
This guy can't finish a sentence. Interesting question. What is our sort of population?
Hey.
We've got... Where's the freaking number?
I can't
Shard.
see one either.
424 people on the server. Or on the shard, 14 people on the server. Not that many people around this area. FPS is doing well though, we're sticking at 30. My in-game FPS is sticking around 50. Let's take this battery and go. Did you already grab it?
No, I grabbed one of the parts that was outside of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, let's go get it and see if we can take it up to the
was a
station. Oh, he's a bigger component too. Maybe I'll.
Max lift for him.
Oh, really? Hold on, I've got one.
Yeah, let me get my max lift out.
Oh, okay.
If I can store my.
This is a Nova quantum drive, I think. Yeah, you can name some ships.
I wish I could name my vulture.
Oh, oh, oh.
Stick. Roof. He's down.
Just making sure.
Size 1 battery, huh? I don't know about that.
That's what it says when you pick it up?
Yeah, it thinks it's
Wow.
a size 1. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that might be a little bit... Might be stretching facts a
shooting
little
at
bit
me,
there.
man. Hello?
Does character reset your home location?
Like character repair?
Yeah, character repair.
It resets you back to wherever you set your primary spawn.
But it doesn't let you repick a new location.
No. As far as I'm aware,
Oh.
no. I've done it twice. One of that penalty because I was messing with the settings. I'm being assaulted by the battery.
Alright, battery is ours. More components are ours. Let us try and turn this battery in. I love how the ammo repooling. Like, what exactly am I repooling when I repool ammo for a lightning weapon? Like, this thing shoots out superheated bursts of, I don't know, it's not even superheated, it's just electricity.
Double A's together, and you're going wah, 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 wah.
And it's like, it's a jingling noise too. I'm just pooling my power, my batteries.
Yeah, you gotta mess around in your backpack a little bit.
It's actually not even doing anything, it's just the character in game pretending like they are. Like, I'm busy, see? I'm doing stuff.
I'm doing the thing that you told me to do.
Alright, and we're up.
Shields on.
Not really any activity going on up here.
Hornet with a lot of damage taken to it, and is that the new golem? Looks like the new golem.
Alright, we got some battery spots here. Let's see if they've been filled already.
Would it be green if they've been filled or no?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. It looks like it, honestly.
I'll go out and check. Out here.
Whoa, what the? Whoa, okay.
happened to you?
Oh, right. And I'm dead.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I think the space station just killed me. Interesting choice, space station. Interesting. Guess we'll have to add this one to the patch deaths. Weirdest deaths thus far. And hello. Everybody say hi, Mrs. Tomato. Hi, Mrs.
Tomato.
Yeah. What's up? Why'd you come in?
I'm gonna take your MSR real quick, Tomato, and fly it to another moon.
Okay.
Because 3 Connies just rolled up on me.
Oh, dude, yeah. Get the heck out of there, yeah. You want to fly back to... I think I'm at Everest Harbor, actually.
We did set our spawns there. I couldn't see your stuff. Tried to.
Yeah, I mean, I got everything back. Everything's still on my body. Except for all that inventory I had, which was actually pretty good inventory.
Do you have a death marker?
Just my ship. Can't see my death.
Unfortunate.
But we could try something else out. Something else funsies. Let's see what else we got. Maintenance, repair location, reestablish uplink. Yeah, it's interesting that shows up. Collection. Tundracopian horns.
Tundracopian. That's best done with a bunch of ships, I think, because of how rare they are.
Hmm. So you don't usually do combat missions?
Yeah, I don't do them from time. I do them from time to time, typically as a gunner, though.
Oh, you
I'm
jumped.
not one for space combat. Yeah, I got out.
Okay, yeah. So my death marker is over there. I just wasn't seeing it in the right place. We can go back and get that, or we can go and do a mercenary mission. What would you prefer?
Let me drop off what I found, and then, you know, we can try if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I got some good stuff from that loot run. Separate stats for death via my own fault versus death via bugs. Yeah. She came in to laugh at me dying. How does your gear stay? That is item recovery. This is a new feature as of Star Citizen 4.1 where anything that is on your body and not in your inventory will actually stay when you respawn. This is a holdover. It's a temporary feature, but it is something that they want to do to try and make it easier for people to play the game right now while the game is in a rough situation, a rough state. Yeah, now that I think of it, I kind of do want that stuff back. I'll help you go ahead and offload all this into the freight elevator, though.
Getting lost in this ship somehow. Goddamn.
You don't need anything special. It is a feature for everybody now. How do you prevent duping with this system?
I typically just let them... They just slide off the ramp really slowly, and it's really funny. There it goes. It's running away.
It's a little slide. When in reality, it's like
friction in here. So
reality,
I sometimes just throw them at the freight elevator, and they'll just go for me.
Meanwhile, our people are listening to like hundreds of kilograms of metal grinding against one another. We're just like, yay!
Yippee!
Hustle Bones, do you think they're going to make it permanent? That would break the game, okay? I mean, of all the complaints about item recovery breaking stuff, if they made this version of item recovery permanent, it would ruin Star Citizen. 100%. This game would be done for. Everything would just lose a meaning. How do they prevent duping? You can't loot the stuff. It's stuck to their body. Goslow, thank you for the super chat, man. Flowers for Mrs. Tomato or whatever she likes. Flowers are good. Also, big olives fan. You can always just gift her some olives and she'll be happy with it. Yogurt too. But flowers, yeah. No more stealing guns. Actually no. That person, they just got a Volt Parallax rifle from my backpack. And that's the thing is, like, we don't carry all the guns on our back. We have so much stuff that we can put in our backpack now. I actually had some really good loot in there. And if somebody found my body, they probably found a Volt Parallax rifle. They found ammo for it. I think they found a couple pistols, a multi-tool, a medical tool. But yeah, you can't take the guns off of somebody's back right now.
Tomato?
Sorry? Say again?
Did you send the elevator down? I'm going to assume no.
Oh, no, you can send it down.
Okay.
That's all you. Bye-bye things. I'd be interested in hearing how much those things like sell for, or if they do anything for you in the ship.
I'm not much of a stealth component person, but one of my good friends loves stealth components, like absolutely loves them, so might
there you
give
go.
it to them.
Little gift. Here's your C-class stealth component, buddy. Hey, you know what? I don't care what somebody gets you from a store. It's a gift. And we went out into the danger and we found it for your friends, so you can tell them that.
True.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking.
Oh, I just don't think they'll update it.
Systems on.
As long
as my hangar, I have to call it for you, don't I?
Oh, do you have to get in the seat too? All that whole thing.
I have to.
All right, let me get out. As long as the loot pool keeps up and becomes more dynamic, tier 0 won't be a bad thing.
I landed the ship because I left.
It just needs to go to tier 2 sooner than later. It really does. Yeah, we need to move on within 2 quarters, I would say.
You can fly immediately after I call it up.
But yeah, if they keep loot interesting, if they keep enough things out there that we're grabbing things and not just equipping them, it's still going to be a okay time looting. It won't be as good, but I think even now, like, we're so disconnected from where we were pre-315 that we forgot how bad loot has been up until now even. Whoops. Oopsie.
Daisy chaff button, I guess.
Yeah. Not just for good measure. Yay, we're taking off. Yay. That'd be so funny if you got a crime for that.
Landing gear up. Shields off.
You think they're still there?
Not sure.
What loadout am I running for FPS? I've got
prefer to try to avoid combat when one or two people are, down for any reason.
I got Volt Parallax Rifle.
Reasoning being station.
An S71 DMR. And an LH86 pistol. You in turrets just in case?
Oh yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Through the planet.
Okay.
Through the planet again. Thank you.
Why are we... God.
Yeah, at least it didn't murder us.
Hey, Hatheror, thank you for the sub and for following up on the channel. Really appreciate you. Fitting name for the current activities. Karna and Arrowhead with a coda. I freaking love the coda.
Shields on.
And we're back.
There's a Connie. No name though.
Thank you very much. Side there. Looks like my body is underneath the platform. All right, we'll try this again. This time I'm going to not jump out of the ship sideways. I guess that's what killed me last time.
Engines off. Launch complete.
Watch the YouTube content all the time. Always working while you're live, so in the spirit of actually catching you live. Well, thank you for making the jump over to the live server. It's not always the best timing. I do appreciate it when you guys hop in, though. Hatheror Mining Group, yeah. Hatheror Mining Group is in here, in chat. Okay. Stay on the ramp, stay on the ramp. Good. Now we walk around like normal people and close the door like this. All right. I think we're good. Now I need to try and get to my body, but I've heard that this is actually we're in gravity and you'll fall if you get off the platform.
I don't want to fly back again.
Yeah, so now I'm scared. Maybe we can move the ship underneath the ramp.
When I tractor beam the corpse in, if I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on a second. Holy Lord, dude. Wait, they just gifted 20 subs! I'm so sorry I missed that. These guys. That's the thank you applause, dude. Oh my god, 20 freaking subs. I really appreciate that. You were not kidding in the spirit of catching live. Ouch.
A little bit of gravity here.
That makes a big difference to these streams. Thank you so much for doing that, Hatheror. Hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you, Ananzi, for poking me on that. We have a different audio setup right now, and for some reason I'm not hearing any of my alerts. So I gotta get that figured out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, if you just got gifted a sub by Hatheror, make sure to tell him thank you. And maybe even a happy birthday. I will be releasing a new exclusive soon. Oh man, is it inside? Pretty sure it's inside the space station.
Oh,
Oh, that sucks.
eaten.
You go and you get extra stuff, and then the game takes it away. See, folks, there is still loss, and it does still freaking suck. God dang it.
Want me to bring the ramp up then?
No, let's see if we can load this battery. What we actually came here for.
Last engines off. Launch complete.
Doesn't look like any of the power node things are open though.
So maybe they already did. In that case, we can go inside and see if everything is aligned. I just want to see if there's a glitch going on or what. I'm guessing it's just a glitch. Yeah, they are closed. That must mean that they're good to go. I'm on your back.
I don't know where I'm going in here, so I'm being quite cautious. Set. Platform controls.
Wow, you can jump really high up here. Going through the main room.
Option up here.
Hello? Anybody in here? Yeah, everything's powered up here.
Must mean it's already been fired recently.
Alignment status isn't functioning. Yeah, so it's just not actually working correctly.
Womp womp.
Surprise. Yeah, now I want to go down and get another parallax rifle.
Another one.
Well, I lost it.
Oh, true.
Guess I don't need it though. Oh, let's run a mercenary mission or something then. Maybe we can find some better loot.
Light recorder. Do not open, but I want to open it. I want to know what happened. There's a lot of mining attachments around here. I think that's a hint to something.
Yeah, they're trying to tell us things.
That's good. That's good.
I just appreciate the loot. Over the last few months, it felt like everywhere I went, I was just trying to find a single loot box.
As an NPC. Hello, sir.
Yeah, it looks like Ninetales.
He's purple, so I'm gonna guess he's Ninetales, but he's having a fun time.
Lame. Hmm.
Not even doing anything to him. Not real.
That ended him quickly. Yeah, I guess these are just... These
That's
close
why
up when you
there's
put the battery in them.
abandoned, ships up here now. People come in, see that's not working, and leave.
So that's an interesting part of these sandbox activities is, do these reset? How often do they reset? How... I understand that in the future when there's a lot of stuff in this game to do, something like this will probably happen like every so often, but at least right now, there's not really any way to know when to actually come try this or to plan for it. Guess we don't need this battery.
I mean, we could take it home.
Yeah, we can keep it for next time.
Yeah.
How is 4.1? It's still playing like you would expect from Star Citizen. Things are definitely getting better, more interesting. It's still not the time to jump back in, though, if you've been waiting. The Wicklow missions will show up automatically. They should show up at some point here as a new to system mission. Collections. Sharing mission with you now.
Received.
Engines on. Launch complete. Shields off. Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear.
Probably come in at the end of the year. Oh my gosh, this game's going to be so much better at the end of the year. No, we're not doing the mission with the antenna today. Everything in our server has already been triggered. So we're going to go find something else fun to do. Mining is not back to what it was before. It's not as good. We do need new quantum travel. Yeah, I mean, this thing just drove us through the planet, I think. That's probably not supposed to happen.
Quantum travel complete.
Actually, I don't know. What do you think, Phoenix?
Pardon?
You think we're meant to quantum travel through the planet?
I mean, you're able to perfectly quantum travel through an asteroid field without ever bouncing off of rocks, so I don't know.
It's going to be really funny when that changes. And we have to fly out of the asteroid belt to quantum travel. Update's been okay. Rocks are not scanning or letting you mine them. Huh. Oh no.
Shields on.
Blades, birds, sphere, flying, Merrick Savannah 2303. What a interesting scanned object.
I have lost
Debug name
control. There we go. I guess pressing Z completely locked me out of being able to control my ship. Are these all minables? Oh, Boyd's. Okay. I see. So fauna shows up on scans now. Could you imagine if you were in an airplane flying and you scanned and it just showed you every bird? Every bird around your airplane? Like, how about these crows in the nearby village?
You're stuck on a tree there.
Yeah. Did not see that tree.
Light pole. Ground.
All right. Right yourself. There we go. How's this? Does that feel a little bit better? Oh, we're gonna need filters for scanning for sure. Why can we scan animals and not people? It's something in the blood. Human blood's just not scannable. Surprisingly quiet out here.
We're 4 of them outside the bunker. I shot one of them with the gun.
Okay.
No longer quiet.
Using lame Karnas. We've got new lasers now, boys. By the way, folks, we haven't gotten to announce it, but we will be doing a streamathon probably sometime in the next week or two to celebrate the launch of 4.1, and we'll be doing a whole bunch of org stuff throughout that. So I'll make sure to do that during a time when everybody can join. We'll probably go overnight, Friday into Saturday, and just have a good time chilling. It'll be a more traditional streamathon, so basically, however much funding comes in, that's how long we stream for. And I'm sure I will not regret that, but it's going to be a good time. Because the game seems a little more fun to play. And we can also jump into other stuff like Elite Dangerous, since we'll have, obviously, possibly, at least, a lot of time. These guys are not as challenging as the Hatheror boys.
No.
Hot tub stream? No. No, but we will have some like good roundtable discussion streams, I think. I'm shooting for 24 hours straight. Yeah, the effects of this gun are pretty good. What do you think of them from third person? What do they look like to you?
They look pretty cool, actually. You know, the lightning's arcing all over the place as you shoot it. Pretty awesome to see.
Yeah. It feels better balanced than the first time I used it in the PTU.
Well, I have to loot this guy's security uniform for reasons.
Just in case we need to get in somewhere.
Security uniforms just look cool, and one of my friends really likes the look of it, but didn't know where to get it.
Oh, okay. Alright, so did we get reputation with this new faction now, or... Yes, Foxwell enforcement. Okay, so now get rep with Foxwell. But we didn't get any with Hurston, I don't think. I wish it would say, when you look at a guild, it would say which factions are within that guild, because I'm not sure if that was considered mercenary. Then is there a mercenary guild? I guess that's the council.
I'd assume Foxwell enforcement to be this area's security and, you know.
Supposedly they're handling Stanton now. In general, they're like a third-party security firm that acts alongside the planetary firms.
Interesting.
All right, we got another one here on Microtech, or on, sorry, Hurston. Sharing it to you. The Ripper SMG feels powerful? Looked really lame to me.
I mean, when I used it, it looked really cool. Basically just pukes out 50 bullets worth of laser.
How fast does it shoot?
Basically.
Yeah.
About the speed of the C-54, but laser mode.
Interesting. I do like the C-54. Eddie, it's doing okay for me. I'm not having any real problems.
Does this work? No. I've always wondered.
They've always worked.
Oh.
There's just never been any point for them. Yeah, they're completely useless. It's one of the more embarrassing parts of Star Citizen's development because it was actually something that was featured and talked about and like hyped up for the next update, and then they came in and they put them in these places where there were no NPCs outside. No players would ever come run into each other. It was just a gun in the middle of a desert with no use whatsoever.
I mean, if they put the AI on them, then that'd be a formidable opponent.
Yeah. Or if they gave like AI dropship reinforcements that come in that you have to use them against. There's a lot of things they could have done, but it's kind of indicative of how the development used to be.
What's with your shield generator? In engineering, why is it sticking out of the wall like that?
It's extra large. Extra powerful shield regenerator. Sorry about the frame rate, y'all. OBS is acting weird for me. One of these days, I'm going to completely uninstall it from the computer and restart from scratch. I think I also maybe need a new GPU in that computer. How is a... What would be a... I was thinking maybe an upgrade to like a 4070. Right now I'm running on a 5600 XT, and it keeps overloading. Like it can't actually render the whole stream all the time. Who are my GPU experts in the chat? I would just want to know, what's the minimum I can get to stream pretty well? A 4080. Yeah, not gonna be getting a 4080. 97 XT. All right, I need affordable, guys. I'm not made of Copion horns. But yeah, for the encoders, I'm definitely going with NVIDIA. It's been pretty rough streaming from an AMD card. Don't buy a GPU now. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm not going to be able to buy a GPU until like end of this year, maybe. Possibly. Using a 2050 right now to stream? 4070 Ti if you're looking at the 4070. I just saw that the 4070 was pretty solid for streaming. Like, I'm not going to be doing anything on this card like gaming. I just need it to send the feed to you guys, you know? Ooh, I like 3060. That's much easier to do. Yeah, I like that suggestion. But can the 3060 send out a 4K stream? Oh, I fly decoupled. Not all the time, but I do fly every once in a while. Generally, I fly decoupled when I'm flying on sticks. Easier to get that feedback. Oh, they don't make 40 series cards. Okay. Yeah, 30 series then in that case. Hey, Jin in the chat. Hey, good to see you, dude. Any 30 series card for streaming. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I will focus my searches and efforts on that then. Maybe a 3060. Yeah, back in the MSR, Terran. Cruising. At least one of the Intel cards is good for encoding. Those are pretty cheap, but not sure about availability. Okay, the Intel cards. Interesting. I'll look at that too. Micro Center still sells 3060s. Welp. Maybe later in the year. I probably not be looking until like the second half of the year, so if anything, they'll be even easier to get, I hope. And I can't see anything. I'm blind. Po boy. What's up? How you doing? You want to jump in with us? I'm surprised this whole time it's only been us two.
Yeah, some people have come and go, but no one's really said anything, which is
Oh, people were jumping in
surprising.
the room?
Yeah, they were jumping in. One of them said sorry because he meant to join the other channel.
Oh. Yeah, maybe,
But,
I guess
yeah.
people probably don't want to be on the stream.
That's true. You're landing on a rock, it seems.
Yeah. As you can probably tell, I don't typically land at on the best spot. Might need to look at used cards. Oh yeah, I'll just get a used card. Should be in game in an hour or two. Yeah, I don't have too much longer. More about the VRAM. Okay, what's the lowest end graphic card with 16 gigs of VRAM?
Not the 3050, that's for sure. This is
You'll come through once your application gets approved. Yeah, or not currently doing applications, but should be soon. You'll probably be able to join us tomorrow when we get in game. Flanking. I wish there was a way to keep this hot without firing it.
like warm it up constantly.
Yeah, so I could just run around with it ready to go into beam mode. It definitely does not turn into a beam as fast on Hurston as it did in Aberdeen. It's very noticeable. Which is interesting because the hotter it is, the faster it shoots. So this thing probably has a faster time to kill in hotter areas. But then it can also overload faster in hot areas. Which is a really cool mechanic.
Trying to inventory manage here, and it's not working as well as it should. Womp womp.
Take your time.
All right, I'm here.
NVENC for encoding is always the way to go for me. I'm not going to use A1. I'll only use that when I'm doing a YouTube only stream. Wonder how long we can sneak in here before they see us.
With our bright orange suits.
They still don't know we're here. Oh, he just saw me.
That man was holding his SMG like a pistol.
SMG's akimbo. Solid. Solid copy. Little victory shot. Get in here.
Why? My gun is sticking through me. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Dang it, I wish there was an easier way to save screenshots when you do this.
There's always the print screen button.
Yeah, but then I still have to go and, like, save it.
No, they're whenever I press
Oh,
print screen
Windows
button-
print screen, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. Never mind. Whenever I press the just print screen button by itself, it will print the screen to a screenshots folder inside of Star Citizen.
I need to get that, or maybe I just need to find that folder.
It's somewhere in there. This guy had one bullet left in his pistol. He fought well.
He wasn't gonna live either way. Glowing purple Pembroke suits? I don't think I've seen those.
Purple.
The
What a
perp.
purple.
The big perp. This is the new GII uniform. It's just Pembroke. That's it. Real easy to impersonate one of us.
Here. Surface.
Alrighty, have they given us anything else more interesting than these? Assistant defending site. Ugh. Give us something more interesting.
After this one, I think I'll wish to head off.
No problem. With Shift plus Windows key plus S.
That's a lot of key binding. The one I use is just I press the print screen button without the Windows key, and it just puts it in a folder somewhere.
Where do you get Ripper ammo? That's a good question.
Pyro.
Just
I
anywhere?
believe it is sold in Pyro.
Oh, at stores?
I believe so. Oh, tier 3 injury. No,
Would you hurt?
just a little.
Engines on.
I feel like I want some lumpia today.
Shields off. Landing gear up.
Outlaw. Decided to play after a 5-year hiatus, got stuck in the tram, haven't played since. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. That's so rude. That's just so Star Citizen. And now I completely forgot. Hatheror, you're in Toe's gang today. And honestly, because I took so long to add you on here, I'll keep this up for a bit. Hatheror. Freaking 20 subs, my friend. Outlaw, what brought you back? I wanna help you enjoy the game. I wanna get you an actual fun experience. Are you willing to jump back in with like a group? Hatheror turned the PU into Monox. Everybody's just lost their minds. In-station box deliveries in Pyro.
Quantum travel engaged.
They are not in Stanton, but they are amazingly helpful in Pyro for making quick money. Taryn, thank you for the bits on Twitch. Appreciate you. You saw the massive headway, but the stability is still not there. You're not wrong. They're making progress, but they're still in pain.
Quantum travel complete.
What was the worst the game has been recently? 3.18 was the worst update in Star Citizen's history. Before that, I would say 3.24 was a pretty rough launch. Really, anything that's had big tech in it has been fairly rough. What would you say, Phoenix?
I wasn't listening, sorry.
And the roughest updates recently.
I'm not sure. I don't really have a just basis to base which patch would be the worst.
When did you start?
4.0.
Okay. That would, yeah.
I
so
wasn't there
it's
for
been-
what people call 3.14.
Yeah, it's been one patch for you then. You gotta
Technically three.
hate this
because-
approach.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah. Technically, it's 3. Since they've changed it, it is now 3 patches.
Landing gear down.
Steakhouse 3.18 is the last time you played. Nothing's really been that bad since. 4.0 had some of the same kinds of problems because it was such a huge back end improvement. But Phoenix, would you say 4.0 was bad enough to like scare you away from playing?
No, I wouldn't say that much.
Do you think it's as bad as it was back then?
Here and there, sometimes maybe.
Yeah. So really, just this last quarter then has probably been pretty rough because of the inclusion of server meshing. Yeah, I would argue it's not worth getting back into the game until engineering is in, if you're like really into Star Citizen. Until then, it's still going to feel pretty similar in terms of the gameplay. Lots more content, but... Okay, so like it's not like we stealthed in here, guys. We're on a spaceship. You should be shooting at us. It's so funny that they're just acting like we didn't land right in the middle of their party. Now that I know they can make a gun like this, I really want something that's like the plasma rifle from Halo. Such a nostalgic sound.
I just like using the taser pistol, the like Yakuvev or whatever it
Oh,
was.
the Uberev. That one's got a really cool firing animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever was asking about where Ripper ammo was, Po'boy just posted in chat. Looks like it's all the space stations in Pyro, or the big ones at least. Yeah, they really need to work on suspense music in this game. The fact that the music doesn't kick in until you shoot someone is a little... Man, I'm just trying to keep it warm. Yay.
Yippee. wonder what these bunkers even do technically, like in the lore. What are these for?
Originally,
Terminal lock, access, keycard.
yeah, originally these were supposed to be like server banks, basically armed server banks.
Cooling system online. I could turn it off if I wanted.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a whole thing where you would put in here and put a key card and get to like, yeah, do some stuff. But these were basically just built as like demo areas for one of their citizen cons. And then they were like, hey, we need to put stuff in the game. Let's just put this in game. Oh my gosh, I found a railgun here.
What? I mean, it's a red box.
Yeah. I store this and then...
Put that on your back.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You have a parallax and a railgun.
Nice. Oh, I'm going to shoot down so many spaceships with this.
I was happy that in the contested zone that I played, I managed to get a singular rocket launcher.
Nice. That's not bad.
I was very pleased with that information because of my goblin laughter that I was achieving there.
The rocket launcher is pretty cool, but I always find it doesn't hit where I'm aiming. I'd probably just suck with it.
There's probably a technique to it.
Alright, I gotta get this back to the space station.
To Everest.
Railguns and grenade launchers do not get insured. Interesting. Even more valuable then.
Interesting. What about the missile launcher then? Is that insured?
Yeah, how about that? Wait, just for good measure. Huh.
I don't think that was needed.
What? Where'd it go?
Where'd the shot go? Did it just ricochet
Did it just,
somewhere?
what, hit the MSR or something? Did I just... Hey. Alright, why even try? Let's just go. Put that thing on your back. Probably looks ridiculous back there.
Not
Oh.
really. It folds,
No.
it folds the barrel.
Yeah, it becomes very small. Okay.
Looks like
That's
you're
not
actually
bad.
carrying an LMG instead of a railgun.
Yeah. How's the economy? Is it functional? Economy?
Economy? In this economy?
Hey, what's up, Fate? I mean, this is solid loot. I'll take this. Like, if I ran a mission and at the end of that I got a railgun out of it, I think that's reasonable. Railguns I don't think are very easy to get anymore.
Landing gear up.
Oh, we're already on Hurston. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is probably only the second time I can remember playing Star Citizen and actually thinking, I'd like to play this more. Which isn't, it's not not the best praise for the game overall. But I'm glad that the game's headed in that direction. I've always been interested in what the game is made of, but now I'm starting to get more interested in what you can do in the game finally, thank God. So maybe next week's Streamathon is actually going to be filled with a good amount of gameplay. Like maybe we could run through the entirety of Wickelow's mission chain in one sitting. I know you're into salvage, Phoenix. Are you going to get into that kind of stuff? Exploration, more focused things? And Phoenix? We lost him. How many server recoveries so far? We have not had any today, I don't think.
No server errors here.
Do you think the railgun helped that? Honestly, I don't, actually. I was more excited about getting that other Volt Parallax gun than the railgun. What helped it is that I'm finishing doing something in game and I actually want to do something else. So I'm about to hop off the stream because we got to do some video work and things, but I am actually like, oh, I wish I could go and start the Wickelow mission chain right now. And then maybe I can try out the new mining ship, like it's actual stuff to do, you know? Usually mining to make money. Mining sounds like it might be the most interesting long-term profession in the game right now. I do think it's possible the Ironclad releases this year, yeah. What do you think you'd want to set up for tomorrow? I would love to go into the Hatheror group with a big group of people, but I don't know if that's even feasible. It doesn't seem like it's working. So I'm not entirely sure what to do tomorrow. That's always the thing with me and Star Citizen, is like I want to start doing a lot more prepared gameplay sessions for you guys, and both in the stream and in videos, but half the time I want to jump into Star Citizen, I'm like, what do I do? I don't have that creativity to come up with sandbox gameplay like some other people. I need a little more hand-holding, not gonna lie. Oh, for Polaris bits, I see. Isn't it impossible to do the Polaris quest solo? Don't know, but I won't be solo. Anybody in GII will be free to join me next weekend. We should do an org battle. We're not really in the org battle kind of place right now. We're doing our glow up. What about the Perseus? Do you think it'll come this year? Perseus has a good chance of coming this year as well. In fact, I would say the Perseus, I'm like 90% sure the Perseus is coming this year. Obviously, there's a little bit of room for possible not, but like Perseus is the most likely ship larger than a constellation to come into the game in 2025. Possibly even Invictus Week. Yeah, we could do a dance-off. An org dance-off would be great. Alright, so we can take this thing off, right?
big battery. Wonder if it can even be stored.
Not big, it's size 1.
It's the industrial GP XP battery. Well, it attaches.
Nice. That's so freaking funny if you can just store these.
Oh my god, it's massive in the freight manager.
Really?
Take a look. Takes up the whole screen.
What the heck? How big is it actually, though? How much does it take up? 4 SCU?
4? I mean, it looks like a 4 SCU box, so yeah, sounds about right.
Does it get stored, though? You want it?
Let's try it. See if it gets stored. If it does, yippee. I don't know what I'd do with it, though. Just hold on to them and start giving them to people.
Hey, catch you
Here,
later,
have a
Fate.
battery. Oh. It definitely stored. It's in there.
I mean, we'll probably be running this at this time tomorrow, so if you're there...
Yeah, free battery. No need
It said
to fight
negative
for that
4
one.
SCU. Yeah, I'm not sure. I figured... It said negative 4, so it was 228 SCU? Are you sure?
I don't know about that.
Why'd it let us store it then?
The terminals say negative whenever you select something currently, which is really strange.
Catch you later, Fate.
Oh, that's
see.
really nice. It doesn't store properly in the inventory. It's overlapping all of my equipment in here.
The, What is? The battery?
Yeah, hold up. Let me try to stream. I say try to, because it might crash me. Overlapping. It's like, it's got its own 1x1 slot, and it's overlapping everything on there.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Clearly,
That's
the
good.
inventory is not built for it.
No. I do not think they meant you to take it home.
All right, I'm going to do a little armor change up because I don't want to start with this. Elevator's broken. No? Y'all just standing around? Beautiful undersuit. Nice legs. Some good arms. A core to write home about. Ooh, now I can get all the railgun ammo I need. What? Weird. And a P8. There's no P8s here. P4? Gross. Nobody tell anybody I'm using a P4.
I love
It's
the P4.
sick.
What are you on about?
Ah, the P8. P8's where it's at.
That might be true, but I like the P4. It's a good stepping stone.
Yeah, I mean, technically the P8's supposed to be the stepping stone for the P4, I think. But the P8's cooler. P4 is just so blocky. It looks like it's made of Legos. Imagine if players could create missions for other players to accept. Like a courier mission to bring goods or armor from Stanton and Pyro. Someday, my friend. So we all dream about.
Fast and reliable medical treatment is always with the doctor.
Get dressed. There we go. Okay. That's not exactly what I should be wearing, but it's close. I should get some ammo for this thing. A SCAR looks pretty blocky too. It does. That's actually what I remember the SCAR for.
The cube gun.
Lego gun. Hey, y'all got any of them Volt Parallax rifle ammos? Uh-oh. Aha, they do. And now I got all the ammo I want. But like, why are there so few places to equip this stuff now? They put them everywhere and then people were like, there's too many of them, so they took all of them away.
Nope, not allowed.
They said, fine, no customization then. All right, I think I'm pretty much set. All right, y'all. That's it for me today. Today was just kind of an opportunity to get to see what's going on, see how the performance is, and make some plans for tomorrow, because I'm going to jump in with the org proper tomorrow. I'm going to set something up that's a little more scheduled so that people know and can actually join if they want to. But yeah, this was a little look at 4.1. Honestly, the performance was doing okay for me. I know people are saying it's not running well, and it probably isn't in certain places, but I at least didn't run into any big problems today, except for the freaking interaction system being annoying. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to pass you on. Pass you. I'll send you over to 5-star. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. I appreciate you being a part of the garden. And, all right, enough with this sound. Appreciate you guys being a part of the garden and always coming to check this out and support and all those things. Again, I will see you tomorrow. Not sure when the next video is coming out on the main channel, but it should be fairly soon. There's going to be an exclusive for you guys for sure early next week, and then we'll have something out about 4.1, I think, by the end of next week. And keep an eye on Space Tomato 2. That's just going to keep going and going and going like it does. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Hope you have a wonderful day. Eat something you love. Give somebody a hug. Go someplace. Treat yourselves well. You're good. You deserve it. Enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.